Now, the Christian faith does not necessarily prevent disease from occurring, but it can certainly help. I'm Dr. Anthony Collada, a board-certified psychiatrist, and I'm here to talk to you about 3 ways that Christian teaching can help your mental health. And the first principle I'd like to teach about is changing one's thoughts. Now, this is sort of well studied in the mental health circle that the way one thinks can affect their emotions, can affect their actions. This was one of the people that pioneered this is in the 1970s and 1980s by Beck. And Dr. Beck and his colleagues helped to see that by certain types of therapy that changes one's thinking, that can help treat diseases such as depression and anxiety. And it's been very well supported through scientific research even more recently. This notion about cognitive behavioral therapy can really help with many different mental health, even physical conditions. And the premise of cognitive behavioral therapy is essentially changing the thoughts. That's the cognition part, or the C in CBT. And this is something that the Holy Bible has addressed thousands of years ago. In St. Paul's epistle to the Romans, St. Paul says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Christianity is saying that one's environment may not really be the right way of living. This is especially in cases of people who are in traumatic environments, people who are dealing with like gangs or substance abuse or something that is just unhealthy. It's important to not be so persuaded or influenced by that stuff, but really be firmly rooted in what God is trying to say and what God's purpose is for one's life. So another verse that really highlights the importance of one's thoughts is, "Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there's any virtue and if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things." So this was also written by St. Paul to the Philippians, and it's basically saying that meditate on what is good, noble, pure, peaceful, holy. So in mental health, we know that the more anxious thoughts you have, the more depressing thoughts you have, the more it's going to lead to anxious feelings, depressive feelings, and those isolative, unmotivated, withdrawn actions will follow. But if you think about more what's good, what's lovely, what's pure, those things are going to lead to more uplifting and positive emotions, and that in turn is going to help one with the relationships, not just with themselves, but with the people around them as well. So one of the second principles that Christianity teaches, which is important, is that everyone should feel valued and loved, and everyone is special in God's eyes. Now, many mental health problems or mental health diseases can come with feelings such as shame, guilt, low self-esteem, confusion about one's identity. But the Christian life and the Christian teaching is essentially focuses on that people shouldn't devalue themselves, but people are really made in God's image and God's likeness and really are part of God's masterful creation. Everyone really has a special purpose in God's eyes. And there are beautiful verses in the Bible that help highlight this. One is, "See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands." And another is, "He who touches you touches the apple of his eye." It's a reminder for one to feel important, they're loved, they are very special in God's eyes, and it should help them live meaningful and purposeful lives because we're created specifically by God. Now, the third topic I want to highlight is Christianity teaches for people to do good to others. That's like the essence of Christianity. And it's really one of the healthiest and most meaningful ways to live life. Doing good for others not only helps other people, but also helps for oneself. And there's a term used to describe this called altruism, and you can just look at all the health benefits of altruism, but it's really a helpful way to deal with some of life's challenges, struggles, and persevere in life. Now, this is going to be supported just almost with any concept in the Holy Bible, but some verses that help support this is, "Trust in the Lord and do good." And then another verse, "But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly." So this last verse is a reminder that good deeds should be done not necessarily to please others or to get recognition or to get power or authority or anything like that, but it should really be first and foremost done with a pure and genuine heart so that it not only is pleasing to God, but it's going to help others as well. And that's really how one will also get benefit from it. Now, as a reminder, Christianity doesn't necessarily prevent disease from occurring, but there are several research studies that show that being a part and active in a church community can help mental health symptoms be less severe and last less long. Also, coming from a doctor's perspective, it's helpful to know if someone is part of a faith like Christianity, or a faith that helps teach them that suicide is wrong or immoral, because it might help people to actually not take that dreadful step of committing suicide. So really, it's a win-win situation for everyone involved. And these are just some ways that Christianity can help impact one's mental health for the better. There's probably many other ways. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like the video for more videos like this one.